Hey, it's Liz with Lawsuit Tracker. So a question I get often is, what should I expect if I participate in an MDL? How does the process work? So the attorneys need to prove in federal court that you were injured in some way. So if this is the Depo-Provera lawsuit, for example, medical records would be pulled to prove that you were diagnosed with an intracranial meningioma, and then proof of exposure or use of, whatever you're suing for. So if it's Suboxone, prove that you were prescribed Suboxone. If this is the AFFF firefighting foam litigation, prove that you were exposed, if you were on a military base, so on and so forth. Once those documents are obtained by the attorneys, they'll review and then file in federal court. After that, a lot of the time, it's a waiting game. The court has to go through all of its procedures. So typically, an MDL takes anywhere between 3 to 6 years to reach a conclusion, and this is pretty dependent on the defendants if they want to try to negotiate and settle before or after the bellwether trials, the trials that take place. So with these cases as well, attorneys work on a contingency basis. So they work for free on the case up until the point of settlement. Should settlement be reached, that's how everyone gets paid, and it's a percentage. In a federal lawsuit, industry standard is 40% for the attorneys, and then you would get 60, the majority. You never pay anything up front or anything out of pocket. And if for whatever reason your case did not reach settlement, you would not owe any money for the review. Now, huge disclaimer, it's extremely important to read whatever retainer agreement that you're signing. Different law firms may have different clauses in there. There's one retainer that I was reading where if you signed with this firm first and they were doing work on your case and you forgot, or whatever happens, and you end up signing with another firm, that's dual representation, and you could be held liable to pay back the first law firm that you signed with for any of the work they've done. So just make sure once you do sign a document, you've read it, you understand it, and it's going to be going on with the process. A lot of times people also want to know, will I get updates? And some law firms, will send out different newsletters. Other law firms, update their websites pretty regularly. But a lot of times there's not much to update you on because these take years. You will be in contact with your attorneys if they need something, or when it's time to settle. They don't settle without your consent. So say, hey, here's what it's looking like. Would you like to accept this or not? And a lot of times not a lot of times, almost every single time, the settlement amounts per person vary kind of widely because with an MDL, all of these cases are individual personal injury lawsuits. So it's different than a class action because you're not splitting a settlement evenly amongst hundreds or thousands of other plaintiffs. Each person's case is based off of their injury and the severity of their injury. So with the AFFF case, for example, it's extremely likely that thyroid disease and kidney cancer are going to have two very different settlement amounts. And then even within the same injury, if you had kidney cancer and had, a kidney removed, lots of chemo, a long hospital stay, you're more likely to get a higher settlement than someone with kidney cancer that, caught it early, went through a round of chemo, was good to go, got to keep their kidney. If you have any questions that I didn't kind of answer for this video, please feel free to leave any in the comments. And you can always check out our website at lawsuittracker.org to learn more about which MDLs are ongoing and if you may qualify for one. Thanks.